Hey everybody, it's Grace. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today we're talking about gift giving. This is inspired by the holiday season and the fact that there's many cultures that are currently exchanging gifts and so on. However, I just want to remind you that you don't need to have a holiday to give gifts, and if you want, you can also use this for birthdays, weddings, any other kind of gift giving occasion that is important to you in your life. So the first thing I do, always set a budget. So you want to decide how much you're going to spend for that entire holiday. So for Christmas, for instance, you want to say, okay, here's my limit for Christmas. My limit this year is $50 for all of my friends. I'm working full time as a volunteer. I just don't have a lot of free cash, but I'm super cheap and I'm good at finding things really inexpensively. So then you make a list of every person that you want to buy something for, and you take that budget and you divide the money up between those people. You set that as a budget. You want to include any shipping costs. If you have a friend that lives far away and you have to send something to them, be mindful of how much it's going to cost to ship to them. So keep that in mind. I do also recommend counting the card price in that. We'll get to this later, but I always recommend getting a card. And so for Christmas cards, like most cards are like 5 cents, so it's not a huge deal. I don't recommend ever buying a card that's more than $1 for any occasion, but if you do buy a card, make sure that that's budgeted for, right? $5 for a gift plus $1 for a card. $25 for a gift plus 50 cents for a card, whatever it is. So those are the first two things that are really important so that you can stay within your budget. And then the third thing that's really important as well is to make sure that you understand why you're giving a gift to this person. If you're giving it because you feel like you have to, it's probably not somebody you actually need to get a present for. Personally, that's how I feel. You want to give gifts that make people remember your friendship and understand why they're important to you. So I always make notes about this person is important to me because, and why they are. Inside jokes, different things, ways they've helped me, ways I've been able to help them, etc. And that way you can kind of reference that either within the gift itself or at the very least within the card. So once you have that idea, like I mentioned, it's a great idea if you can wrap something into the gift itself. Because if you don't have a lot of money to spend on a gift, but it's personal and it's something that makes them remember a really good time you guys had together, that adds its own different kind of value. So I would recommend doing that. Ways that you can find inexpensive gifts, of course, clearance in any kind of department store, going to like outlet stores like Big Lots, online comparison shopping, looking for cash back deals, looking for online rebates or mail-in rebates, different things like that. Anything that I've recommended as a couponer, do that on anything that you buy and anything that you buy in for somebody else, because that gives you more money to work with to get the best value for that price. And the third thing, like I already kind of mentioned this, is get a card. Get a really cheap card like this. Look, no bells, no whistles, just inexpensive. Some people print their own cards. If you can print your own card cheaper than you can buy them at the store, feel free to do that as well. Christmas cards, holiday cards at the Dollar Tree tend to run about 5 to 10 cents a piece. So, because you can buy them in like big boxes. What is really important is what's inside the card, where you talk about the person, why they're important to you, and why you got them that present. And if you can connect with them, like why you got them that present, and maybe put like an inside joke, or depending on your relationship, something really mushy and like makes them feel really good and warm, that's fine too. So you want to use the card as just a tie-in and make sure that they really see why they're important to you. And that just increases that value and makes that connection even a little bit stronger. That's how I recommend gift giving generally is, first of all, budgeting. Second of all, getting something that's really good value for the money and important to your relationship. And third, tying it all together with a card. So I want to hear from you, like really good gift giving experiences. If you had a flop of a gift giving experience, I want to hear about that too. Really great deals, anything that you've had like that, I want to hear. your good experiences. If you have questions, also feel free to comment and I'll probably do a video reply. So feel free to subscribe. We put out new videos every Wednesday and I will see you guys next week.